So so we were in the first level down of the temple, and we stumbled across a door. It sounded like it had people on the other side of it, and so we were all wearing our cloaks, and we decided to open the door. And there's four guards in there, and they're rattled immediately. Stand up, and I'm like, "Hey guys, calm down, calm down. Nothing to be alarmed about." And they're like, so three of them relax. The other guy's like, "What are you doing here?" We're like, "Hey, we're from the moat house, and we escaped. Lareth took off. We tried to chase him, and we lost him. We thought he probably came here, so we're trying to figure out what we're supposed to be doing." And he's like, "Uh-huh." So he goes, "I'll have to go get our leadership, and they can probably give you some instructions." So he goes off for a while, and then comes back with a high priest and an acolyte, adorned in earthen elemental gear, and the high priest has a robe with runes on it and stuff like that. Looks very official. And so, he asks us what we're doing there. We explain to him what we're doing, and he's like, "Oh, I got the perfect job for you guys." And he starts walking us through the rooms, the back rooms there, and we're walking through a couple rooms. I've got quite a few guards in, and we're like, "Oh, okay." He starts walking us back around, and he comes into the room with the pyramid in it. You know what I'm talking about?
The one with the elementals that pop out of the ground?
So he starts walking us into that room. Meanwhile, as we're walking, Wilson's just dropping hints. He's like, "Hey, anytime you guys want to stop and do something, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll just assume you're following." And so we keep on following, and we finally get into the room, where we're about to go into the room with the earth elementals. And I kind of asked the party, and Luke's kind of driving the train at this point. He's been doing the bluffing. And so I'm like, "Luke, you want to go in there?" He goes, "Yeah, I think this is the way we need to go." So I'm like, "Okay, fine." So we go in there, and as soon as we go in, the high priest kind of waves his hands at the elementals, says something I can't remember, but the earth elementals just kind of act like we're not there and just go on patrol. And we all walk up to the pyramid, and the high priest has a portal open there to the plane of earth. And he goes, "Okay, I need you guys to go through the portal and get the the earth plane, whatever, to send back some help for us, And Wilson says something to Luke. It's like, you get the sneaking suspicion that he wants you guys basically to be a sacrifice to garner support. So at that point, the priest, I'm controlling Robbie's character, and the priest casts whole person, because obviously we're not going to go in there as a sacrifice. So so we start the roll initiative, whatever. So I cast the whole person, and I get the acolyte, but the high priest resists. And at that point, the next person to go, and there's also two guards that are aggro, that are blocking us from exiting, right? So we've got two guards, and we've got the high priest, and we've got the acolyte to deal with here. The earth elementals are not paying us any mind, because he's basically hand waved them and told them to patrol. And so so next up, I think you go, and you cast a flaming orb at one of the guards, and you roast him alive. He kills him instantly.
Cool.
And then I go, and I hit the high priest with my axe and interrupt his spell. So then so at that point, the high priest does a little hand wave at one of the elementals, and one of the elementals runs in, and to come help. And he barrels Robbie, the cleric. He basically pushes him out the way, knocks him against the wall. Cleric takes a bunch of damage, and at that point, I'm sorry. So he does that, but before the elemental can get over there, the cleric casts another spell. He casts command on the high priest and tells him to go to sleep. So the high priest then falls asleep, and then the elemental gets a turn. He comes over and he goes to pick up the high priest to protect him. At that point, I hit the high priest with my axe again and kill him. And at that point, all four of the earth elementals engage. Their eyes turn red or whatever, and they go full bore against us. And then the proverbial shit hits the fan. And so the first one to go is near Robbie and kills him. And yeah, by the way, they roll 4d8 damage.
Oh,
by the way, just 48.
Ugly.
You know,
ugly.
On our level 3 and 4 characters, just that. So at that point, and I was trying to run Robbie out of there, but Robbie took an attack of opportunity and was knocked down. And so at that point, everybody started to head out for the most part. I tried to run out with my warrior, but I was surrounded by two of them, right? And so they both took attacks of opportunity. One missed, one hit, and did like almost all my health, but didn't kill me. So I made it out of the room. James's rogue was out of the room, and Robbie was dead on the floor. And at that point, it was the elemental's turn, right? And it was one of the elementals' turn, and the only person within melee range of the elemental was you.
Mm-hmm.
So it was you going toe-to-toe with an earth elemental. and of course you weren't there.
Right.
Wilson was in a dilemma. He's just like, oh, this is fucked up. He's like, because there's no way you're living through this, Podna. No way in hell.
Right.
So he pip slaps your ass into a wall. You take a bunch of damage, but it didn't kill you. And at that point, Brian starts rifling through the priest's belongings and takes his robe with the runes on it and puts it on. And so the one of the elementals goes to pick up the dead cleric, and he's going to take him to the portal, and he starts walking towards the portal. Then Brian decides, there's no way he's going to throw our cleric through the portal, so he's like, I'm going to grab the magic morning star or mace or whatever off the high priest, and I'm going to attack the elemental. I'm going to try and hit him in the hand, get him to release the cleric. Wilson's like, you want to attack the elemental? He goes, oh yeah. Brian's like, I got a magic weapon now, man. That guy's fucked. That guy is going to get messed up. And so Brian goes, we're all out of the room at this point. And Brian, he goes in, he whacks the elemental, goes to whack him, misses wildly, of course. And, at the same time, he's pulling a Frodo and yelling, let go of my friend! And the earth elemental just looks at him like a dumb dog, puts his head sideways, and drops the cleric. And Brian realizes, oh, I control the elementals now! He's like, go back to patrol, and he tells them, and the elementals go back to patrol. And so Brian saved the day.
Oh, good.
And we got the cleric up before he died and got him healed. And then as we started, we decided we were going to throw the high priest and the acolyte through the portal to sort of remove the evidence of what had happened, or at least some of the evidence. And we were going to try and escape without going through the guarded areas, since we had the right side of that floor mapped out. And so as we're going through the earth elemental room, we start stumbling on items. And one of them is a rope that Brian tries to pull out of the ground. He can't, so he gets the elemental to dig it up. And as the elemental's like digging up his area there, we get all kinds of coins and gems and
Oh, shit.
items. And so we have all the earth elementals start digging up areas, and so we got a horde of magic items out of there because essentially by taking control of the elementals, we defeated the encounter. So,
Right.
so it was a great night. We thought we were so dead,
And we wound up with a giant pile of treasure.
and we did. So
And a
I
dead
think
planet.
you got at least 1 or 2 pieces of loot out of that.
Oh, cool. I was wondering why why you guys used all the pearls.
Yep. Yeah, we got like I think chainmail +2, ringmail +1, or vice versa. We got a Morningstar +1, mace +1, rope of climbing, and we got that wand. And I think you got like a wand of paralyzation, didn't you?
He did.
Yeah.
Did I? Okay, I didn't see
Yes,
it
you
in
did.
inventory. Okay.
Also got a potion of shrink.
Okay, didn't remember that.
Yeah, the,
Anyway,
little,
it was
the
great.
little halfling with the robe on stopped the giant earth elementals.
David.
The ballsiest move ever. I couldn't believe he's gonna attack the elemental. I was like, oh, Brian. I was like, not worth it.
Channeling his inner Samwise Gamgee.
That's it.
Yeah, there you go. I said Frodo. I meant to say Samwise. You knew what I was saying.
Yeah, I knew exactly what you meant. Yeah.